Our next poet is Susan Cook Thanas. Sue is a retired English teacher from Duxbury High and middle schools. She began to write poetry when Duxbury High sponsored Barbara Helfgott Hyatt as poet in residence in the late 70s. Her poetry often reflects her experiences with family, life, and places that she knows well. She's an active member of the Poetry Circle at Duxbury Free Library and Poetry, the Art of Words in Plymouth, where she will be a featured poet in September. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Susan.
Hello. It's a true pleasure to be here and be part of this event. I have 4 poems I would like to read. They go from the light to the more serious. The first one is called Lemonade, A-I-D. Freckles galloped across the bridge of my nose, new spots appearing each summer. They'll fade. You'll see, everyone said when I was 12. But not believing them, I'd sneak into the kitchen, peer inside the refrigerator to look for a lemon tucked under the lettuce in the bin below. Then, with knife in hand, I'd creep upstairs, hoping no one was in the bathroom. The blade, sliding beneath the peel, released a pungent spray from the pulp I rubbed on my cheeks and nose, blinking back tears. Now I wish I still had those freckles instead of the ones covering my arms and hands, and I prefer my lemon on lobster or in tea. This next poem is, I think I wrote it about 2 years ago, and maybe some of you have shared the same type of experience. Turn here. Yesterday, I left home for exit 6A in Plymouth, but drove right by it. 6A was nowhere in sight. When I found myself at the bridge to the Cape, I knew it wasn't right. It was a bridge too far. Confused, I headed home to exit 10, but it had doubled its number to 20. I was Charlie on the MTA, unable to reach my destination. Now I couldn't even find my home. What in tarnation could I do? My only thought was to take any exit and find a route I knew by heart. What peace! What comfort to find a familiar highway. I turned left, kept driving past signs for Gulf Gas and Dunkin' Donuts, feeling so relieved I missed my road, but had a lovely ride in the countryside before I turned around and rolled right into my driveway. I think you've shared that experience. This next poem is an ekphrastic poem about this owl that was photographed by Priscilla Peterson, and it's also a sonnet. Who knows? This bird with fiery eyes and small hooked bill, her tawny cape with speckled dark spots teeming, looks back as if with sage advice that will protect or guide another from what's seeming. The mystic wisdom nature gives these birds is like a secret charm in some abiding. Athena's was a small owl, so we heard, and Archimedes gave Merlin his tidings. But are these myths of owls' great powers true? In Rome an omen, but to Zuni's good? The world is full of legends' diverse views. To some they're clear, to some misunderstood. So let's just look to recognize the grace of this grand bird, her stately form, her face. And this last one I wrote in March of 2022. Here and there. I pour a glass of wine and sit down to watch the news. Nothing else seems to matter. A grandfather hugs his pink snow-suited granddaughter before she and her mother head into Poland, and he heads back to Kyiv to fight. Mass accident in Lviv and Kharkiv train stations. Those deciding to stay defiantly dig in. Citizens make Molotov cocktails. Blue and yellow flags fly everywhere. Social media resistance, online 20 hours a day. President Zelensky begs NATO for a no-fly zone. The US pledges to defend NATO allies. Ukraine is not among them. We are warned that cyber attacks will take down our grids, but right now, my heart beats for Ukraine. I will pay what I need to at the gas pumps, have sent for a blue and yellow flag to hang in my yard. Zelensky is David to Putin's Goliath. A big stone is needed for the slingshot. A man says, in Ukraine, we have two kinds of ammunition, guns and faith. As Ukrainians hunker down till dawn in bomb shelters, I sadly head upstairs to bed and pray their faith will hold. Thank you.